From the referee who kicks out 8 soccer players, to the one who chokes an MMA fighter, here are several referees who completely lose control. During a match of the Kuwaiti Championship, which opposed the two local teams Al Nasser and Al Arabi, the referee Saad Kamil Al Fadli was the actor of events that are rarely seen on a soccer field. The Kuwaiti referee has been officiating at the international level since 1994, and has already refereed various matches in important competitions, such as the 2002 World Cup and the 2000 Olympic Games. Saad Kamil Al Fadli is a highly respected referee, used to officiate at major tournaments, and he will be refereeing this local match between two major clubs in the league. But little did he know what was to come. After a contentious duel, the referee decided not to give a foul to Al Nasser, allowing Al Arabi to counterattack, which led to a collision in the box, after which the referee blew a penalty. Admittedly, the referee was not wrong, but it was enough to make Al Nasser angry. So Al Fadli had to deal with a situation that seriously tests the professionalism of referees, as you will see. While the game continued, spectators witnessed scenes of unbelievable tension and violence. Indeed, after the awarded penalty, the aggrieved players rushed to the referee distraught by their aggressiveness. Despite the intervention of the assistant referees, he even ended up losing his cool and did the unimaginable. He punched and kicked 2 players and sent off 2 others, all the while shielding himself behind the other referees. Contrary to what one might think, these events did not stain the career of the Kuwaiti referee, who quietly retired in 2008, when he turned 45. Referee Billy McCombs, who is also a police officer, was scheduled to officiate a kickboxing match between James Dion and Corey Jones. This was the first time Billy, who is a police officer first and foremost, had to referee an official fight, and of course, he wanted to do it right. But the duel he was in charge of refereeing was not going to be an easy one. Indeed, Billy McCombs had to physically intervene to enforce the rules, as you will see. Let's say in passing that this fight will probably remain as an important memory in Billy's professional path, who acquired a quick fame after that. The duel between James Dion and Corey Jones was getting out of hand. One of the two opponents, in defiance of the rules, started to attack his counterpart, so that Billy McCombs had no choice but to restrain him energetically. The way he neutralized him, you could feel the police technique. Under the applause of the public, a policeman comes to help him by handcuffing the kickboxer. A real masterstroke for Billy McCombs, who must have seen many professional opportunities since then. Do you like this video? Then don't forget to give us a like, to subscribe to the channel and to activate the bell, so you won't miss any of our next publications. We continue. Let's take a look at a match of the Copa Libertadores, a competition created in 1960 that gathers the best clubs of the South American continent. This match was between clubs from the same city, facing each other in the second day of the group stage, Gremio against Internacional. The Argentine Fernando Rapellini was the appointed referee. In a derby, the referee's responsibilities are more numerous. This was the case for Fernando Rapellini, who had a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Not only did he have to make correct refereeing choices, but he also had to contain the tensions and hostilities between the players of the two rival clubs. We are at the 85th minute, the score is still blank, no score has been made, and the firmness of the referee manages to repress the palpable nervousness of the players, until the moment when the game has turned. The scenes you are about to see have shocked the whole world and do not honor South American soccer and the spirit of the sport. But what should be remembered is that the referee has fulfilled his mission, punishing all those responsible for the excesses. With 5 minutes left in the game, the tempers quickly flared. 2 players came to blows, and were immediately joined by others. The fight was then general, and even the substitutes got involved. Clashes occurred in all 4 corners of the field, and the situation became unmanageable for the referee, who decided a few moments later to take matters into his own hands. And he sent off no less than 8 players, 4 on each side. Never before seen. Finally, these chaotic events did not affect the career of the young referee, who was even part of the refereeing assistants for the final of this competition. The club Instituto de Córdoba, in Argentina, faced Villa d'Armine, in an Argentinian championship match. The race for promotion to the higher division was a very important issue for the club from the city of Córdoba, which was keen to win the 3 points, or at least not lose the game. In a heated atmosphere, the Córdoba club managed to keep their opponents at bay, despite conceding numerous chances. But in the last moments, a rare and controversial event occurred, thanks to which Instituto de Córdoba was able to obtain a lucky draw. As the team was occupying the opponent's side in the last seconds, the Villa d'Armine club intercepted the ball and rushed in a 2-on-1 counter-attack, as much as to say that it was the assured goal. But in the middle of the goal, the referee blew the final whistle, saving the Córdoba club from disaster. The referee was immediately surrounded by all the furious Villa d'Armine players, and he had no other option than to step back and seek the protection of the quickly intervening police. The Córdoba club snatched an unexpected draw, and can thank the referee, who certainly should not have ended the game at that moment. In MMA, a good referee is the one who knows how to react in time to prevent a fight from getting out of hand. On this point, this Russian referee is very clever, as you will see. A few seconds into the fight, one of the fighters inflicts a knockout on his opponent, and continues to pound him with punches while he is down. To put an end to this unnecessary violence, the referee immediately throws himself between the two. But the defeated fighter found it difficult to accept this defeat, all the more humiliating as the winner celebrated his victory with a little too much arrogance. The referee then had to control the anger of the downed fighter, and he did it brilliantly, making some strong but necessary moves. Indeed, to neutralize the rage of the defeated, who wanted to take revenge on the referee, this one had to literally strangle him. In his way of doing, we can see that he perfectly masters the techniques of combat. After several seconds, we come to lend him a hand. Afterwards, he is seen to walk away giggling, as if there was nothing unusual about this little extra sporting incident. Well done, ref. Mike Dean is one of the most experienced referees in the English League and has been officiating since 1985. Among the most hilarious moments of his career, there is this match between Tottenham and Aston Villa, where he forgot himself a bit. In one sequence of the game, attacking midfielder Moussa Dembélé spilled into the box, but was fouled by the opposing defender as referee Mike Dean looked on. But he will decide to let the advantage to the player of Tottenham who continued to approach the goal. And finally Mike Dean made the right call, as Moussa Dembélé found the back of the net. Happy with his refereeing choice, Mike Dean let his joy show a little too much, so much so that he made many people believe he was a Tottenham fan. But it was not so. Mike Dean let the game go on, extending his arms, a gesture meaning that the game must go on despite the foul. But you have to wonder why he clenched his fist in satisfaction, while hopping back to the center circle, because you can see quite clearly that he is celebrating the goal at least as much as the striker. Since that match, Mike Dean has elaborated on this bizarre and hilarious behavior, basically explaining that he doesn't really know what was going through his head at the time. In a 2010 U.S. Championship game between Columbus Crew and New England, referee Ramon Hernandez committed a minor stunt that was slightly embarrassing for a referee. With 15 minutes left in the game, the referee decided to award a free kick to New England after an illegal shirt pull on the edge of the box. The referee decided that the foul deserved a yellow card, so he decided to punish the defender. But there is a little uneasiness. We see the referee talking at length to the player, feeling his pockets and turning his head several times to the side of the touch judge. One wonders what is going on. Well, the referee had simply forgotten the cards in the locker room during the halftime, an extremely rare thing, and always comical. During the whole second half of the game, he didn't notice it, because no big foul was committed. Despite this oversight, the defender did receive a warning, as the referee was able to quickly retrieve the precious young card from his assistant. On the other hand, he must have felt a great deal of loneliness, and it wouldn't be surprising if a few players gently laughed at him. But even so, he didn't handle the awkward situation too badly. In fact, this referee fared better than a certain Sergio Posada, an Argentinian referee who found himself in the same embarrassment, since he had forgotten his yellow card. During a match in Argentina, the referee, without realizing it, had brandished the red card, because quite stupidly he did not have the yellow on him, and in front of the incomprehension of the players, he quickly realized his blunder. And like Ramon Hernandez, he went to the referee to get his yellow card. Finally everything went back to normal, and the punished player was not expelled. Let's talk about boxing now. In a fight between the light heavyweight title holder Bernard Hopkins and his opponent Caro Marat, the referee made a seemingly innocuous move, as you will see, but it raised some questions in the sports press in the United States. This referee is Steve Smoger, and he is not just anyone. Indeed, before refereeing boxing matches, Steve Smoger was a magistrate, more precisely a staff judge advocate, and he received the rank of colonel. After 30 years of service, he retired and turned to refereeing professional boxing, his passion. And he excelled so much in this profession, that he received the world's highest honor in the sport, by being inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. That day, he was to referee the fight between Bernard Hopkins and Karo Murat. Of course, he acquitted himself very well in this duel, finally won by the favorite Bernard Hopkins, who declared after the match that he was a monster, an alien. However, something peculiar happened. After the fight, the bell rang, and the two boxers seemed to want to continue exchanging blows. Steve Smoger, the referee, stepped in between them, and pushed Murat away with a slightly aggressive gesture, which was not really justified. A few moments later, the referee stood by Hopkins, so one wonders if Steve Smoger, who is usually neutral, had a grudge against Murat. Still, it seems that this very respectable referee was not able to keep his temper completely under control. That's the end of this video. Feel free to tell us in the comments which of these referees' mistakes surprised you the most. Would you have done the same in their place?